Hey sis, it's week 2 of Unshakeable, and today we want to be looking at something that so many of us have lost and are seeking to find. Yes, our focus. Yep. When we look at the book of Proverbs in chapter 4, verse 25, it says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you." Now, the enemy knows he can't steal your calling, so he'll try to distract you from it. And so many of us suffer from this thing where we're busy with everything else except what God has intended for us. Now, he uses comparison, he uses busyness, he uses overcommitment, if you're like me, even good things to pull you away from the God thing. Let me be absolutely real with you. Just because it's urgent doesn't mean it's important. And it's something that I myself am working on, recognizing the difference between urgent and important, recognizing the difference between the good thing and the God thing, recognizing the difference between that which is pure passion and that which is purpose. Yes. No, just because it's popular doesn't mean that it's purposeful. And this year is one of those times that I've learned this in a very, very practical way. Earlier in the year, the Lord pulled me out of almost everything that I was busy about and set me on an entire new course. And so there were many moments when I would watch from the sideline and see persons, just moving in the direction that I would have been going in. They would be moving in that direction and they would be gaining momentum, and it would look as if I am left out. So I was suffering from that for a moment until I actually started to zero in. I had to reclaim my focus and I had to go back to the word of the Lord. What was God saying to me in this season? What is required? What is it that is my purpose? And so I had to be adamant in ensuring that I was just going in the direction of the crowd, but I was very, very purposeful and intentional in recognizing what God was doing now. Now, the truth is, you can have anything you want. You can be anything you want. You can have the entire package. Just know that you cannot have it all at once. And so you have to know for each season what God is saying to you. Now, you must ask yourself these questions. What are the things that keep pulling me out of alignment? What is it? No, I am one of those. I call myself a sweet sacrificial lamb. I'm one of those who will put my needs, my concerns, my priorities on hold for those persons that I love. I am one of those persons. And so I had to pull myself up to recognize that looking out for yourself, especially when you're called to give an account for the life that you're living. It's not selfishness. It's not being mean. It is ensuring that you walk in divine purpose and alignment. And so we have to come to that place where we take stock and ask ourselves, what is pulling me out of alignment in this season? And another question that you must ask, have I confused movement with momentum? Especially as a wife and mother, a woman in general, there are many hats that you will be called upon to wear. And so, not because you're busy about moving about, pulling things apart and putting them back together means that that is actually momentum that you're creating going in the right direction. Movement does not equate to momentum. And so when you have come to that place, when you recognize what your purpose is for the immediate season and you have regained your focus and going in that direction, you must be intentional about building momentum, not just movement. And so this week I want you to be intentional about unplugging. Yes. There are moments in my day when I have to literally just walk away from the phone. Sometimes I will have to go into my bathroom and close the door. Last night was one of those. I had to just lock everybody out, and they were knocking at the door. Everybody had questions and all of that, and I literally took about 20 minutes, got myself together, showered, came out, and then I just lay in the bed and say, everybody know that has a request, please come. And so the three girls just jumped into the bed and they were there, and this one had a confession about the day, this one was concerned about this assignment, the baby started to tell me all of the things that were going on with her. And so I had I not done that, because I was coming out of a hectic day and then I was in a 3-hour class, and I just need a few moments to myself. So know when you need to unplug. I am one of those persons who rejuvenate in quiet, and so you must know yourself, you must know where your superpower lies, and be intentional. Unplug where necessary. Choose a day, one day, and take it away from social media, take it away from everybody else, because we've heard this continuously. You cannot be pouring from an empty cup, right? What's in the saucer is for everybody else. The full cup is yours. When your cup runs over, that's when everybody begins to benefit. But when you are continuously serving from an empty place, you're just drying up, and you can become resentful and bitter. And so I'm saying to you, choose yourself, right? Be a little selfish this week and ask God, what do you want me to be focused on in this season? Now, my life revolves around people a lot. I coach, I counsel, I teach, I speak, I'm an author, and I'm a mother, I'm so many different things. And so I have to be in that place where I've been groomed to continuously give. And so when God pulled me out and said, stop this, stop that, I had to. Clients were reaching out, speaking engagements were coming, persons were asking, how is it that I'm not seeing you on social media as per usual? And I could not explain to everybody what was happening, but I know that there was a shift in season. The Lord wanted my focus in different areas, and so I had to drown out the noise, move away from comparison, stay on the sideline and clap those that were moving, but understanding that this is a different season that I'm in. So asking, what do you want me to focus on in this season? And you'll be absolutely amazed at how clarity will come to you in the midst of the noise, and the noise will fade and clarity becomes more intense. Unshakable women are focused. Yes. You don't need 50 plans. What you really need is God's strategy for each season. And so before I go, let us just quickly pray. Lord, silence the noise. Yes. Help me guard my eyes, my ears, and my attention so I can walk in divine focus. In the name of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Again, I'm Nicole Kenwood Brown, and I walk alongside women who are going through difficult spaces in their relationship to ensure that they fulfill the call of God for their lives, they prioritize self-care, and do absolutely enjoy the journey as they go along. And so I'll see you next week for part 3. If you have not caught part 1 of this Unshakable series, then you need to go to our YouTube page. Until then, take care. You are a wife, not just a married woman. Step away from the noise and sharpen your focus and see what God will do in you in this season. Take care.